Hey guys, welcome to the Four Poster Bed. It's already 11 o'clock, pretty much. We're a couple of minutes off 11 o'clock. And I'm feeling really, really accomplished because I haven't spent any money for a day and a half. You have no idea how great that makes me feel. I did do shopping yesterday for food. I'm allowed to buy food. Food and basic bills have to be paid. Anything that I've subscribed to that I must honour. There isn't much. I've got Adobe and I'm going to cancel that at the end of the year, when that's all paid up. So I just feel really cleansed. Do you know what I mean? And it's a real mental detox, Honestly, I have absolutely everything I need. And I look around and I mean, my kitchen is fabulous. That's the biggest expense of the last sort of year, really. Since the start of the year. We're only a month in. Month and a half. No, I don't know what the date is. About 2 months in, let's say. And I've already spent on a new kitchen. I've already spent far too much money that I don't have. So today, I just feel absolutely glorious. Now, the thing is, because it's only 4 months, I don't have to say to myself, I'm never allowed to buy that again, or I'm never allowed to go shopping again, or anything like that. I just say to myself, I'll buy it in 4 months. I can wait 4 months. 4 months of writing. And the glorious thing that I've just done today is published chapter, what chapter is it? 13, I think. Or was it 14? Of Immersion. So that's up and out and whoopee. Really, really pleased with it, actually. It took a long time, but it took time not shopping, time when I turned off the TV and didn't watch the news, total silence. The only noise that I had while I was writing it was the dulcet tones of my snoring cat next to me, which was just surprisingly reassuring, I mean, he doesn't snore like a soldier, fortunately. It's a very gentle little snore with his flat Persian cat face. So, I'm just thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled I've got that out because I was struggling with it. There were some issues with it. It wasn't explaining and it was a bit repetitive because I noticed from doing the book that human emotions are so entangled and fear and exhilaration are just two extreme emotions that actually sometimes cohabit the same moment. So this was really interesting for me, but it was also difficult to put down into words because last week's episode was about hormones, which are equally entangled with exhilaration and fear. And it seems to me that I run the risk of repeating things, so I'm very wary of that. But this is the curse of humanity, isn't it? I don't know if it's a curse. I mean, it's a pleasure to have all of these things interwoven. And each moment, actually, of our lives is marked, is it not, with an entangled web of emotions from the terrifying to the desirable, from the ecstasy to the fear of death. I mean, every moment of our lives. Do you know what I mean? When you stub your toe and you think, Jesus, I'm not going to get over that. Do you do that sometimes? I'm forever doing it, the agony. I've fallen, I've done things like that, but I've been afraid of nothing. I've had black moments. If you're a menopausal woman or postmenopausal woman, you'll understand these bleak chasms, waves of terror, and they have no explanation in them. I mean, they're the worst type. But, other things, when somebody bangs very loudly on the door, I always find that petrifying because I think it's the police. Because of, I've experienced that through husbands and other close family relatives. I've had the police at my door. Very unpleasant, petrifying, in fact, for women. Anyway, petrifying for men, I think, even. So the absence of shopping has made me feel, like I'm a new woman, like I've a fresh start, a new me, an improved me, as if the last week me could possibly be improved on. Well, she has. And B, it's allowed me to get down to the nitty-gritties of production, of, the book. The book is all that matters, and the music. So I've managed without all this stuff. And you know what it is, guys? When you're online shopping, you're also online and you're around all your social media. And it's drawing you in. It's drawing you in, guys. It's telling you, come to me, come to me. Do not fear the social media. But of course, we need to be very petrified of it. We have to be. We must be. I'm sure I've already started the second volume of Immersion, and it's all about the sea. But I'm pretty sure that there will be one volume which will be about these much more existential concepts. Maybe, could I write a book that had no place, no physical place? I mean, that would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? I could explore that. I was saying to my brother the other day, actually, about how narrow the human mind is, that it can't possibly imagine concepts that it hasn't experienced. But what if you tried? I'm very, very excited, guys, today. I think you can probably tell in my voice. I'm so excited. And it's all because I've stopped shopping. No, I'm sure it's not because of that. It could be anything. It could be my alfalfa sprouts. It could be the fact that I took a vitamin D tablet yesterday after forgetting for 6 weeks, And I keep forgetting them, honestly. I've put them by the kettle, try and remember them each day. I think it's really important because I don't go out very much and I'm not getting any sun at all. So you need that vitamin D. I was exhausted yesterday as well. I've been feeling really... apologies. There we go. There's another. I've been feeling quite worn out, and I think it's because I had a mania episode last week. So I'm just trying to recover from it. Anyway, I've spoken to my grandson's mum, and it looks like my gorgeous, gorgeous grandson Romeo is well happy to come to Disneyland next year. So this is the other thing about willpower, having these things to look forward to. They make such a difference to establishing your willpower. Don't perceive, the journey as a never-ending trial. It's not. The journey has an end, and the end journey is, apart from loads of other things like just having some money, the journey is Disneyland next year, And I've got a feeling that after 4 months of cold turkey, I think I will be less prone to spending money, and I can start saving for the holiday in 2025. Seems a long way off now, but it's not. It will come fast and furious as the weeks march on. I mean, the thing with writing book chapters, a series, it does mark your week. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I better get that done. It's nearly the end of the week sort of thing. I've been really lacking in regularity, but I'm already looking at the next chapter and thinking, do you know what? Now that I'm not a shopper, now that I'm not a shopaholic, I can be a writerholic, which is much healthier, isn't it? And it's free, of course. The words come free and fast when you're not stressed. Words cost a lot if you're unhappy, or unmotivated, I should say. If you're depressed, it's very difficult to write, I think, when you're depressed. There's a time for depressed writing. I mean, the writer historically has used depression to fire him up or her up. You can't write mournful songs or mournful poetry or mournful prose if you don't understand mourning. Do you see what I mean? Sadness, you have to know it. Sometimes you have to be in the thick of it to write it well. But if you've just got that awful depression, which I suppose is more sustained, it's kind of a long-term thing. It's a malaise that becomes deeper and festers, and it manifests as just breathing and eating, if you can be asked to do that even. You know that one? Have you had that one? I've had that many times. And I think it comes when you're online too much. I think that's the sort of depression that happens. And I do think there are different kinds of depression. I definitely think, I mean, you can't quantify depression with one explanation or one symptom. There are millions of different things that happen when one is depressed, and millions of different things that can occur and do occur with one another, with one condition and not another. And why? We don't know why. Why don't we know why? Because we're human beings, guys. We're really complicated. We are so complicated. And no one ever will be able to truly understand another being. We can barely understand ourselves. I don't know how you feel. Do you understand yourself? I mean, a lot of us are in complete denial about our own selves, I know a few people like that who could completely deny that they have this one trait, for example. So no, I'm not like that. That's not like me at all. And when it comes to predicting your own behaviour, I mean, that's the biggest thing, isn't it? How would you act in such a situation? Well, you don't know. You're not a machine. You're an unpredictable human being with millions and millions of different electronic sensors, which are affected by a billion, trillion, endless number of external factors. And this causes what's so intrinsically, wonderfully human. It's an unpredictable force of energy. I mean, it's awesome, isn't it? When you think about it, it's just bloody awesome. It really is. So you can tell I've been writing, because I'm writing, obviously the book of Immersion is about the difference between humans and machines. I study that difference, or in volume 1. Volume 2, I may look at some other differences between some other energies. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided. The subject of each chapter is in the bold forward that I put at the start of each episode. Sometimes then the chapters are small, sometimes they're big. Today's was big. I had a lot to say. There was a lot to think about. I remember writing it, because these have all been written before, remember, and they were uploaded to my initial website. And this is about the third edit, because now I really am much clearer about where it's going and how I want it to be presented. Presentation is so important on the internet, so important. I'd still quite like for people to be able to press a button and listen to something while they're reading. I would still quite like that. Some ambient music. And that's a bit of an ongoing project, because the wonderful thing about the internet, actually, the really cool thing about publishing an internet series is that you can just go back and change stuff that you hate. There's always something. Or you can modernise it at any given point. If I was Enid Blyton and I was being racist, 10 years later I could go back and change all that. Because remember that, people are a result of their societies. We are manipulated, and we are malleable creatures. And we work as a team in societies, an organic, growing, hopefully, intellectual growth comes with each generation, each village, each town, and the internet, of course, the massive global village that it is now. We can talk about this another time, because I'm not sure if that's happening or not. And for me, the wonder of writing is the escape from the massive fuck up that, male leaders are causing in the world at the moment. The book writer has the key to emotional stability and emotional help. It is in the book writer that the future can be imagined. Yeah, that's what I think. So that's it for now, at least. Join me later on, guys. I'm in a talking mood. taletellerclub.com